start. All right, good afternoon to everyone. Before we start with our discussion, can I ask, how are you? How are you feeling today? Let's start off with Rosemary.
Good day, sir. I'm so blessed today. And kasi nga po, nag-encounter kami, retreat pala,
Mm.
Friday. And sobrang nakaka-bless yun. Life-changing para sa amin kasi uh, ang laki nung, ano ba ito? Basta ganun, sir.
I guess that experience is so amazing, especially that it's a retreat. It's about like coming to Jesus. How about you, Angel? I saw your beautiful bird a while ago.
Oh yeah, he
How are you
feels
feeling?
great.
Oh, cool. That's
He
good.
feels great. Same with the bird.
Oh, really? That's good. I wish I'm also a bird. Anyway, anyway, right now I'm also doing great because this is actually my last assessment this semester, and after this I can now enjoy the things that I'm doing when every vacation, and I could also start a schedule for trippings with my friends. With that, we can now start with our discussion. I'm just going to share my screen. Wait for a few minutes. All right. Can you see my screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Cool. That's great. Let's start off now. Good afternoon again. We will be talking about the last leaf, and I am your teacher for today, Sir Jabriel Caleb S. Dailo. Before we start with our discussion, let's have a prayer first. Rosemary, can you please lead our prayer?
Okay, sir. So let us pray. Almighty God, we glorify you. Thank you for your goodness. We ask you to grant us the capability to understand, share, and comprehend the learnings for today's discussion. This is our prayer in Jesus' name. Amen.
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 All right. Let's now move on. So before we start with our discussion, I have just like a simple reminder for you so that we could have a better flow of our discussion, which is for you to listen, so you would be able to understand our discussion, and at the same time to participate with our activities for today. Let's talk about first um our learning objective before we start with our main concept, which is for you to incorporate the story's moral into real life scenarios, to define the familiar words in the story, and for you to examine the story's relevance into this generation. Is it clear? Do
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
you have any comment, suggestion, or any violent reaction so far?
Oh, sir.
Okay, cool. That's great. So our learnings will be start off with a vocabulary game. So you should go to your browser and type quizzes.com and then enter the code provided below. So yeah,
It's in right now.
yes, that's
Oh
straight.
my god. Okay.
This is .com.
Mm, can you see my screen? Right? You could use this. Yes. I would also type it on our chat box so you could.
That's the code
Yes,
275527. 275527.
I already sent the code on the email or on the chat box. We have Angel. I'm now
But,
waiting with Rosemary to enter the code.
but ganun iba ata napuntahan ko, sir. Hindi pa pwede mag-send ka, sir, ng link na
Wait,
yan. Iba
Share
ata
via
yung
link.
nagawa ko.
All right, I'm just gonna set it here. Here.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. 275.
All right. We now have two participants. We will now start with our quiz. So you could go again to your browser and start the quiz. Start.
Oh my gosh.
Sugar.
Um, seconds, please.
Mm.
And, mm,
All right. I guess we are now done with the. I'm going now to end the. Since I guess everyone is now done. Wow, congratulations to Rosemary. She is
Thank you,
our
sir.
top player. Wow. I guess you really read the reading since you are able to test our vocabulary game. Anyway, let's talk about the vocabulary slightly so you could have an idea about about it. Okay. Just gonna go with my library and we will talk about the so for number one, the correct answer for number one. Okay, I'm just going to edit it. All right. For number one, the correct answer is in traversing is the travel across. Number two, the closest meaning of congenial is pleasant. Number three, solicitously means showing concern. Number four, eaves means the overhanging in the edge of the roof. And number five, smithing means boost. Antonym for gnarled is straight. The closest antonym for the word morbid is healthy. And for the last number, sa rated, its opposite meaning is smooth. So is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Cool.
Yes, sir.
Anyway, let's now move on. So that's our simple activity. We will now move on to, so you could have a deeper analyzation, deeper um, context about the story. I prepared a simple um, or brief summary of the story, since I hope that everyone already read the story since it is an assignment. And with that, we will now move on. Just gonna share the sound.
Here is the summary of the short story, The Last Leaf by O. Henry. Sue and Johnsy were two young artists who shared a flat. Sometime in November, Johnsy fell sick with pneumonia. She did not seem to get better. She would lie in bed for hours staring at nothing. Sue was worried about her. She called the doctor. Though the doctor came every day, Johnsy did not get better. The doctor then took Sue aside and asked her if Johnsy had something that was worrying her. His diagnosis was that Johnsy had lost the will to live. He further stated that medicines alone would not help Johnsy until she had made up her mind to live. Sue tried different things to help Johnsy. She talked about clothes and fashion, but Johnsy did not reply. She brought her drawing board to Johnsy's room. She whistled while she painted to distract Johnsy. It was at this time that Sue noticed Johnsy whispering to herself. She quickly went to Johnsy's side. Johnsy was looking out of the window and counting backwards from 12. She stopped at 7. Sue looked out of the window and saw a creeper. There was a strong wind and the creeper was shedding its leaves. Sue anxiously asked Johnsy what the matter was. Johnsy whispered that the leaves of the creeper were falling. 3 days ago, she said, there were hundreds of leaves, and now there were only 5 left. Johnsy proclaimed that she would die when the last leaf fell. Sue told her to stop talking nonsense and went to get a bowl of soup for Johnsy. Johnsy, however, refused the soup. She told Sue that since she was going to die, eating did not matter to her anymore. She only wanted to see the last leaf fall so she could die in peace. Now, Sue needed the light to finish the painting so she could sell it for some money. So she begged Johnsy to not look at the leaf while she was painting. Johnsy agreed, but asked Sue to finish the painting quickly. Sue's painting was about an old miner. For her model, she had chosen Behrman. Behrman was a 60-year-old painter who lived in the same building. Behrman's dream was to paint a masterpiece. This dream, however, had eluded him so far. Sue went downstairs to talk to Behrman. She told him all about her worries for Johnsy. Behrman, indignant, came upstairs with Sue to talk to Johnsy. Johnsy, however, had fallen asleep. Sue went to the window. There was only one leaf remaining on the creeper. It looked like it would fall soon. The next morning, Johnsy wanted to see the last leaf. Sue was scared, but on opening the curtains, she found the leaf still standing there. Sue exclaimed that the leaf looked strong and healthy. She thought that it was a sign that Johnsy would recover. Johnsy disagreed. That day, she waited for the leaf to fall. But the leaf remained strong despite the storm raging outside. Johnsy stared at the leaf all day. Finally, in the evening, she called Sue. She told Sue that she had been depressed and uncooperative while Sue had been taking such good care of her. The last leaf made her realize that she had been selfish and she did not want to die. Sue hugged Johnsy and brought her soup. Next afternoon, the doctor came and examined Johnsy. He proclaimed that Johnsy had found a will to live. He was confident she would recover soon. The doctor then told them that he was going downstairs to check on Behrman. Behrman was suffering from pneumonia and the prognosis wasn't so good. The next morning, Sue came to Johnsy's bed and told her that Behrman had passed away. He had been out in the stormy night. The janitor had found him shivering in his bed with wet clothes and brushes and paint strewn all over his bed. Sue then pointed out the last leaf to Johnsy. It still looked strong and healthy. Behrman had sacrificed his life to go out into the storm and paint the leaf onto the creeper. And it was his masterpiece. So the story, The Last Leaf, centers around the last leaf that is left on the ivy creeper. Johnsy connects her lifespan to the falling of the last leaf. She believes that she will die when the last leaf falls. The painter Behrman paints a realistic last leaf onto the creeper to give hope to Johnsy and provide her with the will to live. Therefore, the last leaf plays a vital role in the story. On the one hand, it is linked with Johnsy's illness, while on the other, it relates to an individual's capacity for sacrifice and their commitment to life. Thank you.
All right, that's the summary of the story. I hope you like it. And with that, you could have a better comprehension aside from reading it as your previous assignment. You could have a better understanding what the last leaf is. So, do you have any questions so far? Any clarifications? Okay. Like we can now proceed with our next activity. With that, we could have a group activity. So since this is a group work, I'm just going to give you maybe 15 minutes to answer the questions as a group. So both of you should collaborate on what would be your answer on one to 4 in order for you to have a better understanding with it. Is it clear? Do you have any questions, clarifications? Okay. Since I see on your mouth that you're telling no, so you could now start. You could share screenshot this to have a better understanding with it. And then we will be talking about that. We're just going to stop sharing and then all right, 15 minutes is now done. I guess the both of you is already finished with your collaboration activity. So let's start first with number 1. I'm gonna stop the share screen and then I'll just change my background so you'd have a better. Ta-da! Okay. For number 1, who's gonna answer for the both of you?
Naval, sir.
Oh,
Rose.
Naval. All right. Kindly read number 1.
Do you believe Berman's actions to save John C. were justified? Yes, sir, I believe. Kasi kung yung pagsasakripisyo na ginawa ni Bermans lang yung way para magkaroon ng hope yung si Jancy na nag dumadaan sa kasalukuyang physical and mental health niya ay doon lang. Gagawin ko rin yung ginawa niya kasi para matuloy yung buhay ni Jancy. Para magpatuloy.
Okay, I love your point because basically you are right because Johnson's we could not invalidate Berman's action because it is very noble to do a painting even though it's cold winter, and you would do that
Yes.
in order to save someone, and we cannot invalidate that. How about on number 2? I guess number 2 would answer Angel, right?
Yes, sir.
Can we read the number 2?
So 2 is John C's behavior reasonable? For me po, sir, yes po. Kasi lahat naman po tayo nakakaranas ng mental health, lalo na ngayon na dumating yung pandemic, lalo nung nakaraan na dumating yung pandemic.
So you are right on that part, because basically John C's having this kind of mental health. But do you think that even though there are a lot of people who encourages her to be happy, would it be still justifiable or reasonable on your side?
We can control the emotions of other persons, sir. So kahit na pasaya mo isang tao kung hindi naman talaga siya masaya, so bakit mo ipipilit?
Yes, you're right on that part because basically if you are really sad and if you really care for that person, you will never invalidate his or her feelings. Even though you made a lot of things to that person, you will never feel his or her situation because you never been there. You have different paths. And with that, Johnson's behavior is reasonable. And another follow-up, any of you could answer. Since we can say that Johnson's behavior is okay, now, when is the right time that we should say that it's not okay to be not okay? It is not okay to be not okay. Anyone could answer. When is the
It
right
is-
time? Okay, go ahead, Angel.
What again, sir?
When is the right time that you could say it is not okay not to be okay?
When you can control a situation. I mean, like in a current situation, for example, you didn't pass the examination, the bar examination, no? It is okay to not to be okay because you can't, predict the future whether you pass or not. So it's not okay, even though you give your best.
Yes, I get your point. Because basically, yes, it's okay not to be okay, but not all the time. Just like what you've stated a while ago. Yes, you didn't pass on the examination. You should not be on the corner crying aloud. You didn't have the power to change what happened. But what
Yes.
you can do is to change what will be your future path by moving forward, by being better, by preparing much better in order for you to pass on the exam. And basically, I believe even though you didn't pass again on that bar examination, probably destiny or probably you have a better um you have a better path, you have a better plan, there's a better plan for you. So you should
Yes.
never be discouraged on what would happen even though you didn't pass on that exam. Same as like for example on a breakup. Yes, you
Yeah.
ngumiti, may ngumiti. Relatable ba? Anyway, like for that example, hindi mo pwedeng iikot yung sarili mo sa taong yun. You should always love yourself. So it is not okay not to be okay because you are making revolve that person on your world, which is never okay. You should always focus on loving yourself, taking care of
First,
yourself,
yes.
because at the end of the day, sarili mo lang din
You
ang
only have.
is it clear? Number
Yes.
3, it's Rosemary, right? Who would answer? Okay.
Number 3, what methods do
Oh,
you
I'm
use to
sorry. I'm sorry.
make yourself happy? Would you recommend agency as well? Why? Um, sa akin, sir, yung mga ginagawa ko para maging masaya. Kasi pag alam mo yung reason mo why you living in this earth, magiging masaya ka.
Naiihi ako.
Sige lang. Oh my.
Okay, I
Ano ba?
guess Rose Angel should answer first before Rosemary. How about you, Angel? What are your techniques in order for you to be happy?
In order for me to be happy, do the things that I want. For example, I want to go outside to walk a little bit to unwind. And I'll suggest that to other people who's also currently not in a very stable life right now, because it is, I mean, you can't di mo talaga masasabi. Kumbaga, hindi, iba ba kasi tayo ng kasiyahan. Parang, invest na magsabi ng kung ano yung gagawin, mas maganda na lang na, kumbaga, iparamdam mo sa taong yun na ikaw yung tao na someone they can rely on. A shoulder to cry on, or someone na makikinig sa kanila. Ganun. Pangit din kasi yung sabi tayo ng sabi, hindi pala niya gusto yung sinasabi natin. Parang mas maganda na makinig na lang muna tayo sa kung yung kalagayan nila bago tayo mag-suggest. And consent is a must.
Okay, before I have a comment on your answer, Rosemary, are you now ready for number 3? All right, just open your mic.
No, hindi.
You're unmuted. Are you unmuted? Okay.
Okay, honestly, sa akin, ayun nga, gaya na sinabi ko kanina, pag alam mo yung reason mo kung bakit ka nabubuhay dito sa mundo, at natagpuan mo na talaga, yung parang malalim siya, pero kasi personally, hindi naman sa pag kilala mo yung word ng God, magiging happy ka. At i-recommend ko yun kahit kanino, kung sino yung creator mo, doon ka magbibigay sa kanya at yung word mo, para hindi ka naliligaw. At the same time, nagiging happy ka. At hindi naman ibig sabihin nun, kailangan mo palaging happy. May times na magbibigyan ka maging malungkot, pero nandun yung pasasalamat mo at na-overcome mo yung mga bagay na yun. Yun lang sa
Okay. Both of you have different point of view when it comes to number 3. So for Angel, I get your point because you are right on that part that everyone has different happiness. Everyone has different standards on how they feel, on what certain techniques that they could do, because probably it might help you, but other people might not help on what you recommended. Same to goes with Rosemary, because Rosemary tells that she every time that she is happy, she tends to to always pray or to go with God, which is also good because it is um what they call that, it is effective for Rosemary. And with that, with that kind of different perspective on how to be happy, on how to make yourself more lively, it is still a must for you to have consent, which is Angel's recommendation also to ask that person if are you need for help, or instead of asking that person if they need help, why not give yourself in a way that I am here to listen, to be your shoulder to cry on. I will never judge what you're having right now because I am here not a judger, but a friend. Is it clear?
Yes,
Any
sir.
questions? Any violent reactions?
No, sir.
Okay. For number
No,
four,
sir.
who should answer on number four?
Saan ito galing?
Me.
Okay.
Ayan.
Would you put your life on a line for a friend? Why? Explain. Yes po, I would put my life on a line for a friend. Kasi, kumbaga, mas maganda yung wala kang pagsisisihan sa huli kaysa yung mabuhay ka ng puno ng konsensya na bakit hindi dapat ginawa ko na lang to, dapat pinot ko na yung best ko para ma-save yung kaibigan ko. Kasi dumadating tayo na nagsisisi kung kailan wala na yung mahal mo sa buhay. Kaya mas maganda ng i-put mo yung best mo when it comes to saving a friend.
Okay, you are right on that part because basically at the end of the day, sacrifices is something is very noble. But if you have got if but you're right that makokonsensya ka in a way na at dapat sinubukan kong gawin yung best ko in order to help that person. I should try my best because it's just like a burden on your heart that you can't help that person because you didn't do anything. But
Yes.
I believe that it is okay to sacrifice yourself for a friend or for your loved one. But at the end of the day, both of you or all of us should remember our limitation.
Yes.
Okay? Because it is okay to help. It is okay to sacrifice something as long as you still have something on your heart, on yourself. Just like
Yeah.
what I stated a while ago, love yourself first. You should always take care of yourself first because how can you help other people if you yourself also needs help?
Yes.
How can you make how can you make other people happy if you yourself is not even happy? You didn't even know how to you didn't the recommendation that you're giving to other people doesn't even affects you. So how
Yeah.
come that it would be effective for other people? So always take care of yourself, love yourself first before other people. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Do you have any questions or violent reaction?
No, sir.
Since none, we will proceed with our. Can you see my screen, right? We will now proceed with our evaluation. But before our evaluation, I forgot. Now, since we already done discussing the context and the deepening part of the story, I'm going to ask you, what is the story's significance and overall conclusion? Can we start with Rosemary?
Sir,
Okay, I will give you more time. So, Angel, are you ready?
Wait, sir.
Okay. We'll probably give you 2 minutes.
Pasok dyan. Dahil napapasok, natulog na sila lahat. Labas na dyan. Tulog na sila. Alis, kamay mo.
So, everyone is ready now? Okay. Can I now start with Rosemary?
This is
Let's
our
go.
conclusion. Sa akin, sir, yung significance nito, may may iba't iba man tayong kinakaharap na sitwasyon, pero may isang tao na makakakilala sa atin at handa ibigay yung kailangan natin para magkaroon tayo ng pag-asa na malalagpasan natin yun. Kasi may mga times talaga na kala natin wala ng pag-asa at may may tinitingnan tayo na parang pag nawala to, mawawala na rin ako. Pero hindi yun hinahayaan ng nagko-concern sa atin. At ibibigay nila yung best nila at gagawin nila yung lahat. Kung ano man yung magagawa nila at kung ano pa yung hindi nila nagagawa, gagawin nila para sa pagmamahal nila sa atin or sa kapwa at mabigyan ng pinaka-the best na choice yung buhay natin or ng kayo. Yan lang.
Okay, I love your point because you are right that um we should not rely on something in order for us to be alive. But we should see just like the leaf, we should see the leaf not something that we should rely on, but probably something as a hope that every circumstances, every problem that we are facing right now, mawawala din yan. Kaya nga siya sinabi in Tagalog as pinagdadaanan. Kasi madadaanan mo din yan. And after you are able to accomplish that struggle or that problem, you will be better. Your life would have a better placement and probably a growth for yourself. How about Angel?
Yun nga, sir. Kumbaga, mahalaga din na, unahin yung sarili. Para sa akin, hindi yun selfishness na i-prioritize mo yung sarili mo. Kasi, ikaw at ikaw lang din yung maasahan mo sa huli. Kumbaga, your healing part, dapat hindi mo, kumbaga, nire-rely sa ibang tao. Dapat, ikaw din mismo gumawa ka ng aksyon para mapabuti pa yung yung character mo and also at the same time yung health mo.
Yes, you are right on that part because again, you should never rely on something or someone just to make you happy. You should always rely on yourself. And aside from that part, I believe one of the overall conclusion of the story is also friendship. It's about
Yes.
just like what happened to Berman and John C. It's about sacrificing to someone in order for them to be alive. And just like as stated a while ago, it is okay for you to sacrifice. It's okay for you to give something for other people. Because, you know, aside from the fact that you are able to help other people, you also made them happy by helping. Just like, and that's again, I believe that's what friends for. Because friendship is something that it's not just about on the happiness that things happen to you, but also the sadness. Hindi po pwedeng nandiyan ka lang kapag masaya kayo. Dapat nandiyan ka din kapag malungkot siya. And that's the essence of friendship. I hope that your friends are also good with you, are also taking care or giving a top on you, because that's the essence of friendship. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any
Sir.
questions, any violent reactions or clarifications?
No, sir.
Sir.
Okay. We can now proceed with our evaluation. So our evaluation is in here. Again, go proceed to quizis.com. Since I guess you can go there, I would just create another quiz and share it. I'm going to share it on the chat box. Here. Okay, now proceed with the quiz. I will also send the code.
261479.
Cool. We're just waiting for Angel before we start our quiz. All right, we can now start with our quiz.
Dito, te.
Playing.
All right, I guess everyone is now finished with our congratulations, agents, for being on the top one. All right, just going to okay. So we're already done with our quiz. So I'm just going to check that later since it has an evaluation. With that, the before we proceed, Kate, do you have any questions or clarifications so far? None? Okay. So
Answer.
okay, cool. So we'll now move on. With that, that's the end of our discussion. So here's our assignment. Kindly screenshot it so you could have your own copy. So our assignment is for you to draw a gift for one of your loved ones and then tell us why you are giving it to them. Then the explanation should be at least 150 words long, DNR, justified, and have a 1 point spacing. And for the drawing, I would highly appreciate, I would definitely love it if you draw it on yourself without any help of other people. So clear, do you have any questions or event reaction? I guess none.
No, sir.
Not with that, this is the end of our discussion. As I'm telling this to my students, keep smiling because you're worth living. Can I see a wide smile muna before tayo mag-end? I love it, Rosemary. How about you, Angel? Is that is that your smile? Can I see your wide smile? Okay, I guess you're just a bit shy. Thank you for listening. Thank you for coming with our discussion for today. Have a great day ahead. Enjoy your day. See ya.